Time now for some of the biggest trending stories. That's what that sound meant. Taylor Swift released her highly anticipated 12th album, The Life of a Showgirl. Not everyone's loving it, though. Plus, comedians are being called out for their decision to perform in Saudi Arabia. We're breaking down the controversy, and we'll tell you who declined an invite to go overseas. Paula Froelich here with the scoop. Hello, friend.
Hello.
You and I have been talking about Taylor Swift's new album for quite some time.
For years.
It is out. Swifties are analyzing every word. What's the reaction?
Well, it depends on who you ask, because music reviewers are not loving it. They're just not. And, you know, they're giving it kind of milquetoast reviews, if you will. You've got the Financial Times that said it was charismatic as ever but lacked sparkle. You've got the Guardian that said it was dull razzle-dazzle from a star who seems frazzled.
Wow.
Listen, I appreciate a little rhyming. The London Evening Standard really kind of slammed it and said, unfortunately, her once famed lyric writing abilities have not matured at the same pace. If anything, they seem to be going backwards.
Poor little rich girl tales. That's wow.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know if I agree with that. She's famous for writing about her life. It's unfortunate that she felt, for me, that she had to jam out an album so quickly when, frankly, you know, she could have sat on this for a hot minute. Did we need 6 or 7 songs about Travis Kelce? I'm not sure. Did I really need a song called Wood? That is
about Travis Kelce.
You know, double entendre intended. No, I didn't. I mean, I could just look at the size of his hands when he catches the football. I don't need a song about it.
Okay, we know what the critics are saying. What about her fans, the Swifties out there?
The Swifties are kind of milquetoast. You know, they love it as well. But they are going through for all the Easter eggs of what every song was about. So this is kind of funny. One song was canceled, and everyone was like, oh my God, is this about Blake Lively? I will tell you why I don't think it is after I read this lovely lyric. Good thing I liked my friends canceled. I liked them cloak in Gucci and in Scandal, like my whiskey sour and poison thorny flowers. Well, yes, Blake has done a Gucci ad, but you know who else cloaks herself in Gucci?
Oh.
That would be Brittany Mahomes.
Oh,
who also was kind of canceled after she showed her support for Trump.
I remember that.
Earlier this year. So, you know, it could be about a couple of people. The song that I appreciate the most is the one about Charlie XCX.
Ooh,
so
people talking about that song.
Yeah, no, you all will remember Charlie opened up for her at one point on a previous tour, and instead of being like, hey, thank you, no. She didn't. She went on to slam Taylor Swift publicly and privately, and so Taylor has written this about ye old Charlie, which I love. She goes, I heard you called me boring Barbie when the Cokes got you brave. She wrote about cocaine because Charlie's talked about it.
She's openly talked about drug use, yes.
High-fived my ex and then said you're glad he ghosted me. Wrote me a song saying it makes you sick to see my face. Some people might be offended, but it's actually sweet all the time you've spent on me.
All right. Wow. Mic drop.
Yep.
Let's move on to the comedians like Dave Chappelle, Pete Davidson. These are huge names. They're going to a comedy festival in Saudi Arabia. It's called the Riyadh Comedy Festival in Saudi Arabia. Tell me more.
Well, you know, apparently money talks and comedians walk over all sorts of ethical lines they think they have. Now, it's hilarious to me because not Louis C.K., sorry about that, Ricky Gervais actually said at the 2020 Golden Globes, you know, everyone's got all these moral standards, but if ISIS opened a streamer, you'd say, call my agent. And that's apparently what they did. Dave Chappelle, you know, you've got Louis C.K., Aziz Ansari, Hannibal Buress, Kevin Hart, Jessica Kirson, Whitney Cummings, and Pete Davidson all flew for 7-figure paychecks, which would be great, except for Dave Chappelle made a comment like, wow, you've got more free speech here than in the U.S. That's not true because while some people may get canceled, the deal is we don't torture and imprison people for saying stuff, right? And then Louis C.K. tried to go on Bill Maher last night to justify his participating. And did he tell the truth? No. The truth is Louis C.K. needs the money because no one's actually signed up to see him for a very long time. Now, Atsuko Okatsu was offered to perform, and she declined, saying this: "The money is coming straight from the Crown Prince, who actively executes journalists, people, non-lethal drug offenses, bloggers, etc., without due process. A lot of the 'you can't say this anymore' comedians are doing the festival, and they had to adhere to censorship rules to do it." Now, Shane Gillis, who I also love, said, "You don't 9/11 your friends." Mic drop.
Mic drop. Paula Froelich, thank you. Be sure to subscribe to the Scoop newsletter for the biggest stories in entertainment. And
thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.